Having that with the lasso is really nice. It's global potential as well. Spirit Vessel is, of course, a great item, but the ultimate from Ancient Apparition has some benefits that are a little bit better than Spirit Vessel because dispels are always a major issue, especially when you're dealing with something like the Omni Knight. And it will be the IX Mike Omni Knight, which I believe they've done before in the past. And this should be a good one. I don't know how this Drow is being protected in lane. I'm really curious what Envy's life is going to look like.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Also digging on this Tide Hunter cosmetic set. Brax has really upped the standard here for Tide cosmetics, I think.
Yeah, the shark on top of the lobster face. I don't know what else that's supposed to be.
I'm not sure either, but it's comical. All right. I think I like this VP draft a little bit better. But this is really a tough one to call. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I guess they're both a little different than what we saw at the minor, for sure. But, of course, that's what we were hoping for when you come to this tournament. You don't want to see a bunch of the same stuff happening here. So it looks like Mike will be heading atop with Envy. There's the Virtus.pro play right there.
Okay.
Now your fish food.
That's a lot of tips.
It sure is.
I wish I just got 5 minutes when I loaded into a game. Wouldn't that be nice?
Sure would. Okay. Game number 1, best of 3 series. We're all best of 3s in this group stage.
Of course. Only the best for you guys out there.
I'm excited. I love some best of 3 Dota.
I worry for both of the carries in this game, honestly, because I was starting to have some hesitations about what life's going to be like for Envy. But, I mean, even for Ramses, right? You look at some of this damage coming through in a game like this. Pure damage from the Purification. Just if the Earthshaker ends up getting a Blink Dagger, that's going to be pretty painful as well. Just watching over big Echo Slams. And then you got Alina and the Drow cutting through with that damage. Like, Ramsey's going to be really cautious with his positioning, his HP for the Sunders, and honestly, Solo going to have to be looking for those big aphotic shields.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing. He does have 2 pretty good supports in terms of resets. Aphotic Shield, Mist Coil. You've got some snowball action from the Tusk. We will see a little skirmish for the runes. Brax able to pick it up, backstroking his way. Very nice. Going to be able to get some right clicks in, but he does snag the bounty. Ends up going 2 apiece as Pasha grabs both up top uncontested. Brax might be in some trouble, though, and there's a pause from Ramses. Uh-oh.
Got some lags. They got some slight issues, it seems.
So Mike is leveled up to Heavenly Grace. No Purification. Still about 6-7 seconds till the fissure's back up. Brax might be in trouble.
Oh, Brax.
I tried.
I mean, he should be dead. They got some packet loss issues. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Not the pause major. Do we have some other pauses happening, too? Is that what's happening, guys?
Based on chat, it looks like there might be a similar issue on the mainstream.
Oh, yeah, they're just straight up on an overlay.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
It's all right. We got drafts happening on stream number 2. With Secret versus Empire. Secret already have a Pudge, so I'll see you guys later. I'm just going to go watch that game.
Are you serious? They picked Pudge?
In the first phase.
Huh?
Well, Empire picked Sand King, and then Secret just went straight up Rubik Pudge.
That's bananas. I actually don't know what to make of that at all.
Wanted to play some Pudge.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. We were discussing Pudge a little bit. Just kind of surprised there wasn't Pudge at the minor, honestly, because he was starting to show up a little bit right before the minor started, and then he just didn't pop off there at all. I don't know. The hero's really beefy. He's really annoying to play against.
Yeah. I mean, Pudge has always been that hero, right? If you've got somebody that can play him, if you can land the hooks.
Don't miss the hooks.
Well, I mean, when they changed, I guess it was a while ago now, but changing the speed of the hook kind of ruined Pudge for a while. I think it's taken a pretty long time for the classic Pudge players to get recalibrated to the new Pudge, we'll call it.
It's actually so awful playing against Pudge still, guys. We all know it. It's not a great time.
Beautiful.
When they just camp in the trees for like 3 minutes, and it's like the least efficient play ever, but still they end up killing you, and it just tilts you even further.
Trent, we're getting copy pasted right now, and I don't appreciate it.
I know the chat is a dead zone, guys. There's spoilers in there for everything already. You know, I mean, of course, at this point, if you care about not being spoiled, you probably should have got to the movie theater. But be warned. Oh no. Well, you know it's okay. Everyone's just waking up. It's only 10:30 in the morning over there in the land, the city of love, I suppose. You know, I
City of
heard
love.
that there's actually a train station directly at this Disneyland, and so some of the event attendees just straight up took a train from other parts of Europe directly to like that whole area out there. That's straight up where the train takes you off. So like they just go to their hotel, go to the venue, straight off the train from like Central Europe. Isn't that great?
That is awesome. That is something as an American I can only ever dream of.
Yeah. You wouldn't have to fly to the event. You could just take a train. So relaxing.
I've only
Slow.
taken a train one time that I can remember in North America, and it was for Captain's Draft 4. I took a train from D.C. to Jersey.
Oh, that's not that bad. How long is that?
It wasn't that long. Was it maybe like an hour and a half, something like that? Oh. We're going to resume here?
Go. Envy reconnected. Go.
Okay.
Of course, that's only the same team saying go. All right, Solo said let's try. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
So, Braxy in trouble here. They're going to try to sandwich him in. TMT on his way over. He will have a fissure here in just a second. This isn't going to be enough. Roger's block out two.
Oh.
Brax trying to make his way over. First blood for Solo.
Very nice. Yeah, Roger waited a long time before eventually taking that tag team.
Okay,
That's,
victory for House of Vernus.
Level 1 movement slow 75%. What a skill, man. This is why Tusk is still playable. Even though the mana cost went up and everything, it is actually so crazy. So you have the tag team plus an Orb of Venom as well. But TMT here on the Earthshaker, probably going to be seeing plenty of this. Just going to start pulling the wave over. And Pasha, likewise, trying to do the same thing here. As Mike has made his way up top. And Pasha forced to Firefly away with the creep wave with that bonus move speed. 4%, you know, making all the difference here.
Mm-hmm. So, Solo Pasha for now. Up against Envy and Mike. Down bottom, we've got Roger just stalking out TMT.
Now your fish.
Ah, well, it's still Solo Pasha. Yeah, this is the new thing, eh? A lot of these creep pulls end up being way back here to the tier 3. It's not often that the support follows you the entire way here, so I'm sure TMT is like, well, this is not what I wanted at all. But it seems like he'll still be okay in terms of getting these last hits. It just means you won't get every deny, basically. And forces out some fissures, too. But, of course, he's right next to base, so it's not the biggest deal.
Yeah.
All right, Roger's really ruining this for him. That's pretty frustrating.
And now Roger says, hey, I'll take those creeps, thanks, okay.
Yeah, what's he going to do anyway? He's like an Earthshaker, too.
Might get a deny. Nope, Roger will grab that, okay. A little layup there for the Tusk. But we have broken into the dual lanes. Like you said, Solos now head back up top. And the pressure is on Envy. 4 stacks of sticky.
Oh, speaking of which, he actually doesn't have a stick yet.
Oh, you're right.
But, I mean, this is what the people came to see. The mid lane, right? No one versus Roya. Roya, a lot to prove here on this roster. No doubt about that. Got to prove his worth to the fans, to the people. And he's up against a 102 AA right now. So we talk about Chilling Touch a lot when it comes to AA in terms of, like, what is the value of this ability right now. But in the mid lane, it makes a lot of sense as to why this would be so much better than a support player. Because you're dealing with, you know, a decent mana cost. It goes up by 20 at every level, which definitely adds up. So you need, like, nulls and stuff to support it. And you don't really get that as a support hero, obviously.
Yeah. CS is relatively even. Rayoya with higher deny score. We'll see Brax in trouble again down bottom. But TMT with a fissure keeps him safe. But a close call.
And Pasha's just doing Batrider things up there, I see. Grabbing a couple creep waves, doing some loop-de-loops.
That's a double. Yeah, he's got 2 range creeps.
He's waiting for the third.
Whoa.
He's going to Firefly a triple.
I mean, I
He's
guess
like,
if
"How
nobody's
long?"
going to contest it, why not? It's a little bit
Yeah.
greedy, but he's going to get away with it here.
All right, so he's level 2.5, guys. Damn, this is actually pretty sick.
So this is what Dota's turned into, huh?
It's something. I feel like we're gonna miss someone else die. No one's getting low under his tower, but he's fine, and he's gonna salve up. Life's gonna be good. Oh, look at this gold, guys. Oh yeah, entire 3 waves, and he almost went up 2 full levels.
From 2.5 to 4.25. Mike's like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, that Bat Rider's level 4, guys. Envy getting dove. Uh-oh, solo. He finds a solo kill.
Wow, that is not what you expect to happen when the Bat Rider is just cutting waves like that. I mean, Drow Ranger, not the best hero under tower. I'm sure you guys have all struggled last hitting with this hero before. Honestly, Envy's doing pretty well with the 15-3. But wow, Mike just leaves to go try and do nothing about the Bat Rider.
Yeah.
And Envy dies. So pretty bad start here for BeastCoast.
That's like the double win where Pasha gets away with that uncontested, and the position 5 of Baden gets a solo kill. That is just insane.
What level's solo now? I mean, he's still actually at level 2 because it's just, not that valuable at this point. But then he heads to the bottom lane. He's just like, yeah, I think top lane's done, guys. I think we're good with that.
I mean, you are kind of right, though. I wish I saw the setup to bring Envy that low. I guess without a stick, without any regen, he just spammed him out with miscoils.
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. He's under the tower, right? He's tanking a bunch of creeps.
That too. Bounties come out, and looks like it will go 3 for Virtus.pro. Mike, the lone bounty picker for BeastCoast.
Pasha also getting the bottle as well now, too. So I would like to see them just continue the pressure onto Envy. I know Pasha went and cut another wave, but I think he's maybe waiting for level 5 before he wants to just continuously dive. So he's the second point in the sticky. But even now, Envy's potentially dead. He has just a Heavenly Grace and a heal, but Mike is fast enough to get over here. So
That might be enough. Pasha still has
Pasha's
some
doing the
Firefly
math.
left. He's pretty committed right now taking some tower shots. Bat Rider in trouble, will survive. And Brax dies in the bottom, meanwhile, as we're watching that. Mike coming in onto Pasha. Looking to chase him down. No point in degen, or it gets juked a little bit in the trees, and Pasha makes it back.
yeah, just not a lot of options in those situations. Oh, mid lane, he's throwing out the Ice Blast onto Roya.
It connects.
Damn, he got him.
Don't think
No
it's
one-
going to be
now
enough
he's
for a
hatred
kill,
too.
though. This will be. Hello.
Oh, and no one gets the kill, too. That's perfect. Ice Blast debuffed.
Now, will Raj be able to get out of here, though? TMT makes it over, hits him with a totem, fissure, and they will get on the scoreboard. TMT, the first to find a kill for BeastCoast.
It's a pretty important recovery, too, to give it to the Earthshaker. Probably the best hero there. Meta is on CD as they used it last time to kill Brax, so he's not in any real danger here, but already came down to half HP. They can just kind of chip him out of the lane more so than just tear him right down from 100 to 0 again. But as we have another pause here, likely due to some slight tech issues, we've got 34-1 for the Bat Rider. Of course, you're not going to see a lot of denies when he doesn't see his own creep waves because he's just cutting the whole time. And then 32-17 as your 2 leaders of the chart here for Virtus.pro.
Man, AA is going to grab a Rod of Atos first item, at least. That's what he's got queued up.
That's the Pudge play, right? You can't hit your hooks, can't hit your AA ulti, just buy an Atos.
Yeah, that's a strat.
I think, I mean, you're against a Drow lineup, you're against a Lina. Every little bit of catch definitely helps. Just trying to make sure that she can't play in that real nuisance style and keep herself away from you.
Yeah. And it's got some great stats. Certainly just a well-rounded item for Ancient Apparition. Rotation mid, TMT with the block out. Follow-up from Susie, LSA. But they've got a rotation the other way now. Roger on his way in. They might still be able to find this kill. It's going to be close, but no. Mike makes the rotation, and now they'll turn back onto Roger. No one already in the grave. Can they find this kill on the Tusk? It's going to be rough. He's got some stick charges. Another fissure up in 2. And they've got him. All right.
Nice save by Mike. That Heavenly Grace was clutch because it was right as the cold feet had hit, but then it's damage per tick as well, so able to get it just at the end.
Very nice. Still a little nervous for BeastCoast, though, because Ramses is already pulling ahead a little bit in terms of net worth. His laning phase has gone much better than Envy's, at least so far.
Yeah, in terms of last hits, it doesn't look that bad. But then you start to look at the actual net worth, and you're like, oh, yeah. I mean, Envy's still top of his team. He's second highest in the game, but still, the TV is just so much further ahead.
And I guess my mind's going to the hero-player combination. Ramses knows this hero so well. So many games when he gets this kind of a start, that gap will just grow, even if the Drow Ranger's farming pretty well.
Very true. I mean, we can say the same thing about Envy, though. Doesn't this guy have, like, a Drow set, I feel like?
Yeah.
He's a real Drow gamer, but TB is just one of these heroes that he's so scary when he gets to the start.
Yeah. Drow's still a little more reliant, perhaps around item timings. She still needs that time in the jungle. She's got the triple Wraith band now, working on the power treads. A pretty standard start there.
This was what we were discussing before, though, in terms of like how to deal with Drow at this point in the game. Once she hits level 6 and wants to just farm Ancients.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
value
Roger's
from
in
that
there.
Roger rotation. Forces 2 TPs. One of them gets canceled. Looks like they might be able to pick him off. So
Oh, he's going to try the Ice Shard push, but no, he can't even get that.
not quite going to be there, but Solo on the low ground buys him a little bit of time. Maybe they can turn on to Mike, but
He
Purification,
missed the Ice Blast, though.
it'll be there.
Dire's structures are fortified.
One of
Ends
the downsides of the
Yeah.
Ancient Apparition right there.
Ends up working out well for BeastCoast again.
Dire's
4-4
top
now.
tower is under attack.
They have the ward over on the bottom lane. He actually gets the Ravage max range there to set up for the rotating Roya, but he misses the LSA.
Still hits the Laguna, does not have Sunder. That will be a
Oh.
much-needed kill on Ramses as Mike dies elsewhere.
Good thing he didn't have the Sunder. I mean, it's level 7, so it's pretty unlikely, but
Yeah.
that's a good time to make that rotation, though, with the Arcane Rune on the Lena, so that she can just now go for it, raid again when that's back up, and perhaps when they won't be ready for it, like under this tower.
Dire's top tower is under
Dive on the
attack.
way for Solo. He's only level 4 on this Abaddon, so it could be an easy kill, but now Ancient Apparition on his way in. LSA again off the mark, but they've still got the kill. No one looking for vengeance. Gets Brax down low.
Oh, that tower shot might be enough damage.
And
Yep.
it is. He's going to shatter. TMT, TP's home. And Ryoya going to be able to walk away, it looks like. Bumps into
Oh,
Mike,
Mike.
and they'll grab some bounties.
Yeah, nice play there, coming in just to help secure the bounty rune, too.
This is great for BeastCoast. Things have definitely leveled out. Now the Drow Ranger right up there with the Terror Blade as she's gotten some time in the jungle. Nice little stack of Ancients here. This is the time. Hurricane
she's
Pike
actually
now
caught up.
queued up for Envy.
She's caught up so fast, actually.
But look at this.
This hero is
VP
so
no.
terrifying right now. This is so... How is this hero so crazy, man?
Now, anyone that can one-shot Ancients at 9 minutes, pretty good. But
Oh
look at
my
this.
God.
VP no. The predictable plays, they're going to get an easy pick.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah. That ward right there. I mean, that's what you gotta do, right?
Dire's bottom
You know that she's gonna
tower
be
is
either
under
here
attack.
or over here, and she mostly wants to beat the Ancients, which is why it's more important to have this vision at that part of the map.
A little space created for Ramses. He'll grab himself a tier 1 tower down in the bottom lane. So just as it levels out, the gap grows again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now, what does the next 5 minutes look like here for Virtus.pro? They have... Is it going to be Blink first for Pasha? This is not something you get to see too often. He started building in towards the drums, but got enough of a lead that he's like, yeah, I can just go right for the Blink. And they're smoked up. It's going to be smoke on smoke action here. They're closing in on Ramses. They really want to get another shutdown onto him, and I think he might go down here. 10 seconds till the Ravage.
Ice Blast flying through, though. They want to have a setup onto Brax. It is going to connect. Now Brax is going to go down immediately, but huge damage on the Terror Blade. They'll go 1 for 1. Roger with nowhere to go, tanks the Laguna, and it will be a successful fight for BeastCoast to start. But now the cavalry has arrived. Bat Riders here with the lasso. Lena definitely in some trouble, but they don't quite have the follow-up damage with just these 3. Again, without the Ice Blast, limited damage output from the Ancient Apparition. And BeastCoast will just walk away with a successful team fight under their belt.
And that right there is why you see the position 5 Omni working out. It wasn't that great in the laning phase, obviously. The Bat Rider was able to just cut, and the Drow even died solo to an Abba, but this is where the hero's going to start paying off because you have that strong Dispel and the Heavenly Grace. You have a potential save hero here. He'll probably need an Aether, honestly, just because the range is so weak on Heavenly Grace. But
Solo going to be in some trouble. Got best case hoping for a deny here.
Dire's middle tower is under
Does
attack.
get his boots delivered, so picks up some regen. That's kind of cool. Juking the
Solo,
trees.
he's doing his best here.
Yeah, this time the LSA is going to be on point. And they'll bring him down. Plenty of burst damage. No opportunity for the deny.
This is 5 heroes just down bottom, though, so they need to secure this tower as quickly as possible just so it's not giving too much space, because Ramses is going to take the tier 1 himself top at the same time.
Ice Blast going to fly through.
Dire's top
Shoot
tower
down those infused raindrop charges on the Lina, but will not defend the tower. Also, Atos just about completed for the Lina. Just about on par with the Ancient Apparition. The one thing I'm a little worried about, though, is how does the AA scale compared to the Lina? I feel like the Lina should scale much better, all things equal.
She definitely does, but at the same time, it's just like Lina takes a while to get to that point. She needs a lot of items. Whereas I think this AA, once he has level 12 and Atos, is going to get a lot of kills across this map. And then in the mid game and the late game, I guess both ways, it just comes down to Aghanims for the AA and just hitting your ult. I mean, if you hit your ult, a lot of times it doesn't matter how farmed the enemy is.
True.
They just unless you have a lot of HP and a BKB always ready, you can go down. So
Smoke now from BeastCoast. See what they do with it. Virtus.pro all grouped up in the mid. Glyph comes out to try and slow down this tower push. Looks like VP are baiting this as well. They've got 2 up on the high ground. BeastCoast seems suspicious. They're not going to take the bait. Instead, Pasha will just bump right into Brax. Does have the lasso, but opts not to use it.
he's got an Arcane Rune. That would have been a really nice fight for them to try and take, but they just couldn't get the right footing there from the side of Virtus.pro. So again, this is 5 heroes for BeastCoast while Ramses is still farming. So he's trying to secure these 15-minute bounty runes, but that ward is spotting that courier. So they know Ramses is up here. They could try and make a play for him because they know he's going to be that 15-minute bounty rune, and that's what they're going to try and do. Now Ramses has vision to this point, so now he sees the Earthshaker.
Looks like
He'll get out.
Head back. He'll play it safe and grab the bounty he knows he can secure on the other side. Envy did get lasso.
the snipe.
Follow up, not there. Snowball in. They're going to need just a little bit more to force this shatter, and they've got it. Maybe
Meanwhile,
they can get some
no
more.
one.
Now TMT on the run. Already been healed up by Mike. They'll make it back under tower, and VP might not want to dive this. Solo is level 6, still has the borrowed time, so can afford to be pretty aggressive here. Also 10 stick charges. Sidesteps the LSA, but not going to be able to survive.
At the same time, it looked like Roya threw out a Laguna Blade onto no one while he was down on the river, but couldn't get the finish. So no mid-on-mid action rounding that one out. And so, I mean, that's Envy for Solo. Big win there for Virtus.pro. Again, finding this Drow Ranger. Look at the detection that they have committed to that whole area for the Drow Ranger as well. I mean, at this point, they've gotten rid of all the vision, but 3 sentries and still a kill onto your Drow Ranger.
And the gap is growing. Ramsey's at about 8,200 net worth. Envy only at 64.
And they just throw another Ice Blast for the base onto Envy.
It connects. Snowball. He does have a Force Staff. Makes it down to the low ground. But Solo's right there. This is still very disruptive to his farm patterns. No borrowed time for a couple of seconds. Roger on his way in. Envy so low. But Roger going to be punished for this one.
Nah, I was super greedy going for that play. Like, the odds of that working are so low. He would have had to hit the Walrus Punch, and I think you really needed level 2 ulti as well on the AA. But it's still pressure. It still stops him from farming. It's 4 heroes dealing with a Tusk, so good for BeastCoast, but not a total disaster or anything for Virtus.pro, I would say.
And look at this. No one working on a mech. Likely to just be some Guardian Greaves. Pretty classic mid lane style in this meta. It certainly fits what VP needs. Just extra sustain for this Terrorblade.
Yeah, they are going to be hitting a point of, like, hardcore 4 protect 1 at some point in this game, though, where they're going to become very reliant on the ultimate from the Batrider and the ultimate from the AA, and that gets a bit scary. Like, their only sustained damage post-ultimate is going to be the Terrorblade. But you got to make plays like this. The blink grab onto Roya.
Beautiful lasso setup, and they should be able to force a shatter with the Walrus Punch. It'll be more than enough. They get the kill, and again force this rotation out of BeastCoast. Mike and Envy come trotting their way over. Now Envy laying some damage into Solo, forces out the borrowed time. I think Solo might be doomed, but no, he's got some teammates inbound. Ramses jumps forward. There's a nice Ravage from Brax. They want to kill this TB. Manta dodge on point. Does have a Sunder this time. Now there's the Guardian Angel from Mike. BeastCoast on the back foot, starting to be a little more defensive as the Bat Rider jumps in and finishes off TMT. Will be a successful fight for Virtus.pro. Again, only sacrificing their Abaddon.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah, and that was after they had already lost that Lena, so then the Earthshaker falls as well, and they did lose their ward that was in between the towers that gave them the lasso, so good heads up to play there from Mike, as, I mean, you can see the guy's only got Brown Boots, Bracer, and Wand because he's just buying Observers and Sentries pretty much this whole game. But he has secured a lot for the Earthshaker, too. I mean, you have this Blink Dagger on TMT. He just needs some levels to try and get to level 12. But Atos there, on to Roger.
Yeah, Raj not going to live through that one. Ward down. Saw that one coming.
Very back and forth here, 13 to 11. And, wow, a smoke coming up here. They have the Blink and the Dunk, but it's only level 1. They really want to force this fight mid, but they actually have everything ready on the Radiant side. Lasso's going to be back in just 3 seconds.
Yeah, no Ravage. They'll jump in. A lot of damage onto no one. He'll be the first one to go down. Can they find a counter kill? Lasso on the Omni Knight. Mike's got dropped. Tusk going to be able to survive as he makes it back up to the high ground. And now BeastCoast on the run. Ramsey's trying to finish off this Lena, but can't get there in time. LSA off the mark. Bat Rider.
Oh, the miss!
That's fortunate for the Lena, at least.
The DD uphill miss. That is painful. Right, just surviving there. Perfect target to take down, too. No one just instantly before the mech or anything.
Good trade for BeastCoast. VP going to put some pressure on. Still a little bit of time left on that meta. And Ramsey's making the call to try to take down this tower. Brax will have Ravage up in about 20 seconds, but not going to help him here as the tower falls. No deny secured. Set up now onto solo. No borrowed time for 2 seconds. Perfect timing. And now it should be a tier 1 back the other way. BeastCoast.
Yeah, just blow for blow. It is going to be, I believe, 4 bounty runes for VP, though.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, 20 minutes. That is a lot of gold going their way. But Brax says, listen, let's do some newbie Dota. I got Ravage. Let's take Roche. I mean, this carried that team for a very long time, and for good reason.
No, Ice Blast flies into the pit. Roche at about half HP. Drow kills it so quickly.
Brax is still tanking it. I feel like maybe they need to swap off here.
Yeah, this is a little bit scary. Solo's going to come charging in. VP are absolutely going to contest this. TMT tries to break things up with a fissure, but BC on the run. Lasso onto the Omni Knight, or pardon me, onto Ryoya. They'll kill the Omni Knight, and it's a quick pick on 2. VP make the right rotation, and Ravage will not be enough to turn that fight. Now they head right into the pit themselves.
Yeah, that is not how that is supposed to go down. When you're holding the Ravage like that, you're basically begging them to initiate, but the Ice Blast kind of turned the tables there.
Ravage does come out, but where's the follow-up? Damage from the Drow almost gets the Tusk, but Mech, not enough to save him in the end.
Brax?
He's in deep, but Roche still falls to VP. Aegis goes the way of Ramses. TMT will get left behind. And now Pasha chasing down Brax, this Tidehunter. Running low on options, though. Mike is here. Ice Blast just a little bit short. How far do VP want to chase this? There is a Guardian Angel, and they're going to back out once they make it to the tier 2, but big win for Virtus.pro on that one.
Oh, they really don't want to lose anyone else, though. Pasha with the Blink, and has a Force to help solo if they need, so yeah. Yeah, big win indeed. And I think meta is still up, right? Yeah, they actually didn't even need that. So it's still hard for BeastCoast to try and punch back here. It seems like they've been trying to do like these offsetting plays where like they smoke in with either just Ravage or Echo Slam so that they have the other one or something. But they need to cool their jets right now and get everything back up to try and defend against this next push from Ramses with the Aegis.
Getting a bit nervous for BeastCoast here. Ramses is so far ahead, about 50% up on the Drow Ranger right now. All she's got is the Hurricane Pike. Envy with 1,500 gold. Hasn't queued up his next item yet. Maybe still considering his options.
Damn, Mike's a wizard on the wards. He's actually doing so well in dewarding this game. I mean, it helps when you bought this many sentries, but He is helping to deny a lot of this vision. That's very crucial for Virtus.pro with these lassos and these ice blasts. It's all about the vision game. As scary as this is for BeastCoast, I think this is also a big necessity for Virtus.pro. Like, if they don't get that Aegis, I think their game plan is looking really scary. And so,
great pickoff on Pasha.
Yeah, he was the one hunting
for it, but
yeah, he was kind of looking himself, and that got turned around pretty quickly, eh?
Yeah.
But Virtus.pro, I think if you don't get a tier 3 with this Aegis, you start getting a little concerned.
Yeah.
Because it's just all on Ramses. Like, this whole game is. And, you know, they went for the Guardian Greaves, right? So, like, with no one's Guardian Greaves, you should be strong enough to take a tier 3 and potentially even a full set of racks. And I think you really need that right now. Or you're going to have issues where these items start stacking up on the Tidehunter and on the Earthshaker. And BeastCoast are just going to be able to, like, straight up out-control you during team fights.
No, you're definitely right. And it's the same factor for BeastCoast, where that Drow Ranger is going to become the raid boss eventually, and her supporting cast is just scarier than what Ramses has got. But if there's a carry that needs to play fast, Terrorblade knows that game. He's got the Iascati now, so he's getting close to that point where he is just ready to go, go, go. Also, that third point in the Sunder now as he's hit level 18. They're going to
perfect
pressure this
timing.
tier 2 mid.
Actually, like, the way that cooldown scales is so ridiculous on this hero. Now down to just 40 seconds instead of 80.
Pasha.
They popped the meta. Oh, perfect target, of course.
Grabs Mike. That was a smoked up Bat Rider, too. As soon as it popped, just jumped to the high ground. Great play. And no buyback on Mike. This is going to be 30 seconds of a 4v5. Still plenty of duration on this meta. Of course, still the Aegis for quite a while. About a minute 45. VP hitting this timing just about perfectly. Lift's already been used. Now this tier 3 going to take some heavy damage.
The Greaves are coming on the courier.
The Terrorblade, but the LSA is there to follow up. 4 staff down. He'll be okay. No one, though, maybe in some trouble. Gets healed back up, but hey, there's a snowball. That resets things. Now the Tidehunter flies off a Ravage, but he does go down. Can they get any of these kills? Guardian Angel now from Mike, but Bat Rider jumps back in, trying to stack up that magic damage. Susie's gone down. They've also lost the Drow. It's a disastrous fight for BeastCoast. 2 buybacks used now, the Tidehunter and the Drow, but the tier 3 mid will fall.
Yeah, Ramses just making sure it's secure before backing out there. So very nicely done, forcing those buybacks. That's going to be more than a 3K gold swing, and he's playing a bit greedy. He's staying for that shrine.
If they want the shrine, and they're going to get 4 bounties on the side of VP. Looks like they might not be able to finish the shrine. They are just going to back out as they see Brax come cruising on in. The Illusion's doing what they can, but it's not going to be enough damage.
Ooh, just bad. I mean, he can just keep spamming Illusions at it, though.
True. It'll die.
And even with the regen, it's going to be hard to keep it up.
But look at that gold graph, man. VP doing a lot of work around that Aegis.
Yeah, the buybacks really hurt from BeastCoast. If they got away with not having to buy back and they just lose a tier 3, then again, I would say it's kind of along the same lines of just like VP need this for the game to continue, but those buybacks are pretty crucial because now if they bring down Envy or Brax, this game is probably over if it's anywhere near their base.
Aegis reclaimed. Satanic going to be on the way for Ramses, and Solo now picks up the Vlad's offering. Still some great itemization coming out of Virtus.pro. Lasso again on the IX Mike. This Omni Knight just has nowhere to go.
I mean, he was actually just de-warding that ward. As he plays the sentry, he just dies. That's depressing.
Sure is. BOT's now up on the Bat. Spirit Vessel on the Tusk. Big time item progression. And you look over at the Dire, the only real item that's come out since we last checked in is that BKB on Lena. 10
There's
seconds
a Shadow
still ready
Blade
to go.
now for Envy as well. As he was saving for the Butterfly, but now I think he's saying, like, all right, I really can't die.
Yeah, and there it is. Delivered on the courier. Okay, I like it. 2 mobility items. I think it's the right idea in a game like this. Not sure if it'll be enough, but
yeah,
I like the thought.
Talked about scaling ultimates. The Drow Ranger is another really important one in this game to try and get to level 18 for the 40% chance versus the TB, because he's sitting at 37 armor last time I checked. He's now up to 39 armor, so cutting through that would be a great way to try and bring down Ramses.
But there's the Satanic. That's your standard big boy there.
Yeah, the double Sunder, essentially.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Those creeps are hitting your base there, guys.
Is under attack.
Solo just draws the line. He's like, yeah, just go. I mean, they're hunting for us. They're probably on this side of the map, and he's definitely correct.
Pressure on that tier 2. They're going to cut across. They're smoked up through the base. They're going to go right for Barracks. Say, guys, there's no glyph. There's no back door. Lasso on TMT as he TPs in. It'll be an instant death on him. He does buy back, but more economic damage done. And the mid lane of Barracks not even defended. Still, a lot of time on this Metamorphosis. VP have some options. They're going to hang around.
This is your last chance to fight before Aegis as BeastCoast. If you just drive them straight out of the base, you probably still lose this game. They have to find some sort of a victory here.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Gonna be tough. Tier 3 falls already. Barracks going down quickly. They try to smoke up, but basically gets broken right away.
Dire's
Bat Rider 4 stabs down. They can't follow up the Atos.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Range still standing, but the melee have gone down. Solo tries to head back to safety, pops his borrowed time. He might be the one that gets left behind, but position 5 of Baden for another lane of Barracks. I think VP will be okay with that.
Can he get the deny?
Negative.
Oh, actually, that was close. I thought he had it for a second there. Pasha's taking care of the buildings of the base here, guys. Look at Pasha.
What is this?
What a jerk.
Not even hitting
All right,
the tower.
bye. I'm going to punch this building 6 times and then leave. That's
Yep.
nice. That's some mental warfare right there.
Yeah, that's what we call confidence.
Dire
Envy
are
walking on
scanning.
top of a sentry. They dust him. 4 staff back up. They'll be okay. Pasha does have a lasso. Caught by the Atos. They're going to punish him this time. They'll get some vengeance.
That's what he gets. That was a bit of deserved, you know?
Up top, Mike gets blocked out by Roger, but he's got some friends coming. Wow. 19K net worth.
Yeah. You look at the kill score and you're like, oh, this game's not that bad, but I mean, you're kind of just seeing the whole time. All the most important fights have gone completely Virtus.pro's way.
Well, they're going to get a pick onto no one, it looks like. Envy going in pretty deep for it. The Ice Blast actually fell short. Snowball across. Virtus.pro now might also lose Roger. Some chain deaths here as BeastCoast show a sign of life.
This is the moment in the pub game where the position 5 starts screaming at his team. What are you guys doing? Oh, we haven't won this game. I know, because that's usually me, and you freak out for no reason when really you still have a 20K gold lead, and then slowly it starts tilting the entire team, you know? I think we've all been there.
Yeah, even with that rotation, they still get that bottom tier 3 down to about a 3rd HP. Non-stop illusion spam, keeping these waves pushed out.
Shrines are long gone, too, with Roche coming back up soon. They can always just be sending in these reflections as well if they just want to get the easy view of the pit too. And Solo happens to just walk in the second it spawns.
Wow.
That was pretty perfect. It's like, oh, hey guys, we found Roche.
My game senses are tingling, guys. Well, unlikely this one will get contested. Butterfly now out on Ramses, so he'll have a second life and this crazy evasion. Envy now going for some AoE creep clear, perhaps anticipating Megas at some point. Maelstrom now secured.
So now with Vlad, he has 50 armor, which is about 80% physical resistance. That's kind of crazy. Add on top of that the 35% evasion and the 30% status resistance, and you got yourself a raid boss.
Plus the lifesteal, right?
Yeah. An effective HP, you know. Oh,
Drow Ranger. Ice Blast. Beautifully done. Connects on 3. Forces the BKB. Ravage comes out from Brax. They will put some turn damage onto the Tusk, but he survives a bit longer than planned. They'll finally bring him down. Ramsey's in the back, trying to do as much damage as he can, but Ryoya able to TP out thanks to the Guardian Angel. BeastCoast mitigating their losses so far, but now Mike, the one left behind, Fissure won't save him. And even though they survive, all the cooldowns burned. BKB, Ravage, GA.
Are fortified.
Now the Glyph on the high ground. Tier 3 taking a lot of damage. Buyback used by the Omni Knight. This could be the final hold for BeastCoast. The bottom lane is getting crippled as they do pick up a kill onto no one. It will be a hold, and VP are going to back up after that.
Attack.
It was the dunk, though, which is like their only real chance at getting another one of the bigger kills here. Ramses, he's thinking about turning this.
He wants to go back in. No meta, but I guess he feels like he doesn't need it.
All the ice
Reflection
blasters are
chasing him
coming.
down. Buyback from no one.
They
Ice
see it
blast.
with the ward.
Falls a little bit short, but does connect onto Envy. Ramses still charging forward. Reflection brings him down. Envy into grave. No buyback now. Out for 100 seconds as this bottom lane of barracks will get finished off. No Glyph. Maelstrom picked up by the Lina. They're ready to clear some creeps if they can hold on here. Bat Rider taking some damage. The Force Staff is there. LSA off the mark. And now Susie's down. Double kill for Ramses. No buybacks on these dead heroes as TMT gets brought down, and that's GG. Brax calls it, and Virtus.pro will find a win in their first game.
Yeah, I think he said it best. Fish food. BeastCoast.
Food.
Taken down. Pretty close early game, honestly. I think BeastCoast had a lot of the right ideas. I think they took some pretty good fights at times, but honestly, it kind of reminded me of that whole discussion of like the minor games versus the major games, and just like game plan and execution, and just like you watch how many times were BeastCoast just 5 heroes and Virtus.pro just weren't, you know what I mean? And yet you're still getting the same objectives across the map. And that's a pretty big signal that something is going a lot better with their game than your game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Look at the CS difference. Ramses at 462, Envy at 243. Nearly 2x.
Yeah. It was another thing where it's like, it kind of looked like someone